Hello people, so we got some interesting details and an update when it comes to like Super Dragon Ball Heroes of what we can expect in the Big Bang Mission arc that's taking place. And this detail comes from a scan of Bojack magazine. Now I do want to go over some points because with this new information raises a lot of questions. First off, it reveals two characters who we know is going to be a part of the next episode. It's been spoiled in the title. I do want to mention, though, in my review, I didn't make reference to the episode title, because I don't know where you watched the episode, but where I watched it, the sub-translations were kind of iffy. There were times of the episode where he gave you the translations. There were parts of the episode where he just didn't give you anything, and that was one of them was the ending title sequence for the next episode. But out of the way, I already know that two characters are going to make a return, and that is the return of two popular characters within the Dragon Ball movie genre. That is Turles and Bojack. Turles being obviously the main threat of the Tree of Might movie, and obviously Bojack Unbound, which we haven't really seen up until those movies. They've been here and there when it comes to like heroes, when it comes to like past missions, but nothing related to the promotional anime that we're going to be getting, so that's pretty cool. Either way, I want to say it's not much of a surprise with the visuals that we got, because I kind of knew they were going to be incorporated, because I've mentioned this many times, a couple of times in fact, in these reviews, but they were previously highlighted in not only a trailer but also the visual at Jump Festa alongside the Gods of Destruction. Bojack was there, so you wouldn't highlight them unless they're going to make an impact. I will leave a link to that trailer in case you don't know what I'm referring to, but they were revealed, including Towa. Visuals that we got, I want to go over Bojack and Turles very quickly because there's a lot more characters they revealed in this visual. So Turles, for the most part, looks pretty much the same as he did in the movie. He's got the cape, the Piccolo cape, and he's got the armor, you can tell. Bojack is the one who has noticeably different. He has a different hairstyle, which is cool. Everything else is pretty much similar. It doesn't really matter what they look like. What I care about is what they can do, what they can offer in the story, because we've had characters brought back, and yes, it's a trope of heroes, and I mentioned this before, like, heroes do something really well where they bring back a past popular character, canon or not, and they a new do-over, and they look pretty badass for the most part. But we got this with Zamasu. Like, Zamazu's the one that sticks out to mind. He came back in the previous arc. He had a different appearance, but nothing really changed in power standpoint. So what's going to be the difference when it comes to Bojack and Turles? Because if they're going to be going up against like Goku and Vegeta, they're going to need a power-up. And I do find it interesting that Turles involved, since it's a universal tree that's involved in this, and he was involved with the Tree of Might, so go figure, right? When it comes to this visual, it's not just going to be Capsule Corp, Goku, and Vegeta involved. Now, I do want to point something else out as well. This information may happen in a promotional anime, or may just happen in the game. I don't know what's going on in the game right now because I don't live in Japan, so I don't have exclusive access to the arcade game. But I can only go about this information, which, like I said, I find interesting only because of the characters and the players involved. But it does highlight Time Patrol, Goku, and Vegeta in the detective gear, which is pretty cool. We did see them in the previous episode. They said there's going to be chucking down fuel, handling this their own way. So I don't know if it's them that they're going to be that's going to counter Bojack and Turles. That would be pretty cool to see what they can do in Super Saiyan 4. Pretty sure they can easily handle this, unless this would be pretty crazy if they. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they did this, but maybe Turles could come out with a new Super Saiyan mode. That would be pretty dope, because I mean, power scaling won't make any sense, but Bardock got a Super Saiyan mode in his own special, and not only that, he also went to Super Saiyan 3 and Xenoverse 2, so I know it's completely unrelated, but my point is, they're popular characters, and they wouldn't hesitate to give somebody a new form. If they gave Time Patrol Trunks Super Saiyan God, do you honestly think they wouldn't do the same for a villain like Turles? I think they would, but we'll see where that goes. Bojack and Turles, we know they're confirmed. They're in the next episode, so that's going to be cool. The players I feel are just as much intriguing. Like I said, you're going to have Time Patrol, Goku, and Vegeta, so they may make an appearance in the promotional anime yet, which I hope. We have Few, which is obviously the main threat. We have obviously Turles and Bojack, but the three that stand out to mind immediately is number one, you have like Super 17, Super Android 17 from GT. So that's okay. So that's either going to take part in the game or he's going to be involved in this too. Which, if that makes sense, it would explain why the gods kind of like backed up a little bit and are going to give the spotlight to these characters that are coming in. Because if they were here to handle it, then it wouldn't be much of a story. So Super 17, he's going back according to this visual now. Again, I don't know if he's going to be a part of the promotional anime. Just have to wait and see. Then we have Cooler, which is very interesting because, like I said this before, Cooler was recently introduced in the previous arc. In fact, at the beginning of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, he came back with a golden form. After that, he kind of skedaddled for a bit. Then he clashed with Kumba with a new form and a new look. This is what I mean. If they gave Golden Metal Cooler his form, do you honestly think they wouldn't do the same thing for Turles or Bojack? Like I said, Cooler's the one that stands out to me to the most when it comes to like a popular character they brought back and gave a considerable amount of feats. Like, regardless if you think it's ridiculous or not, they're still feats. Like, Golden Metal Cooler was wrecking the hell out of Combat in Super Saiyan 3. So that's a feat. So, but I don't know if it's this version of Cooler, because if you notice very carefully, they've like hidden one side of his face, but the other, where we see the eye in the previous art, we don't see that in this visual. So it could be a different one. It could be a clone. We don't know, because you see this visual and right below you see the Big Bang Mission title. So I don't know why you would have that there if they're not going to make an appearance. This is the one that catches my heart, and we actually get a visual of Towa, and she looks pretty much similar. The only thing noticeably different is she's got a lab coat, so it's like kind of like a crossover between her and Android 21, which is pretty cool. Now, I find that interesting because number one, she alongside Bojack was incorporated in the visual Jump Festa, so that would make sense if she's involved in this. Plus, she was also involved into the trailer, so I'm wondering if she's a part of this, what role she's going to have. I did find it interesting though, because the way it made it seem in the special episode 20 that we got, it did make it seem like Towa and Mira died because the Demon Realm pretty much, it was history last we saw. So, but I said the same thing after that episode. It's like you wouldn't highlight Towa in this visual for this arc if she wasn't going to make an appearance. So, according to this, it looks like she's going to make a reappearance. That's pretty cool. Don't know if she's going to appear in the promotional anime. Fingers crossed. That's the noticeable characters that we know at this point that's highlighted in this visual. The other one that stands out to me the most is it looks like a lab researcher or scientist he's got a mustache and a goatee. He looks like he's a scientist, much like Few and Towa, so that would make sense. And it would also make sense if Few has his own gang, kind of like what he had with the core area warriors with Hearts and his gang. You had Lagos, you had Oren and Cayman, and you also had Kumba and Zamazu. So this would make sense if Few has his own crew. And if he's a scientist, much like Few and Towa, that makes sense. Obviously, the most noticeable feature on this new character appears to be new. I don't think we've ever seen him before. It's the eye garb, the eye mask he's wearing. Kind of reminds me of Zamazu. What he had, something Super Dragon Ball Heroes do very well. They bring back relevant characters and give them something different with a new look. But are they going to give them a different role in terms of like power structure? For like example, what's going to happen with Bojack and Turles? Are they actually going to give Goku and Vegeta a run for the money, or are they just going to be pushed to the side? Like, have to wait and see. But these new characters, like they highlight new characters we don't really know much about. I'm intrigued to know more about the scientist. Towa, obviously. Cooler, whether or not that's the version we saw last. If he can go Golden Meta Cooler. Super 17, that's probably one of the biggest of this visual. We don't know what's going to happen with Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, and 17. Because last we checked in the previous episode, they said they weren't going to join along because it'd be in the way. But it'd be kind of cool if that version of Dragon Ball Super version of 17 went against the GT version of Super 17. So I don't know if it's going to happen or whether or not they're actually going to be a part of the promotional anime. As of right now, we only know of two. So that's obviously Turles and Bojack. Do you honestly think they're going to get a new form? Do you like the new look? I know a lot of people have been going back and forth about this on Twitter. I don't really mind them being incorporated into this because it's been a long time coming. I care about what more they can do as to what they look like. So what can they do against the likes of Goku and Vegeta and Trunks for that? And like I said before, I wouldn't put it past them if they gave Turles or Bojack a new form, because if they did it for Metacooler and if they did it for Trunks in the previous with Super Saiyan God, I don't put it past them to give Turles a Super Saiyan mode or Bojack a new form. We'll have to wait and see. Towa, if she's a part of this, I cannot wait to see what role she has in this. Especially since the last I checked, she was supposed to be dead, but that's pretty cool. Those are my thoughts. Please tell me yours in the comments below. You guys know the drill by now. If you like the video, leave the thumbs up. Comment down below your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel for more Dragon Ball content, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks, guys. Bye.